Hello, good day, and welcome. I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve the Misty Mountains by Blobz. If you would like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, it will be the first link in the description. Now, today, January 6th, would have been my father's 87th birthday. He died a little over 9 years ago, and I still miss him. He had a great love of puzzles and recreational maths, so I'm sure he would have enjoyed variant sudoku and would have supported me in my hobby as solver and also creator of these puzzles. He was also a big fan of Lord of the Rings, so I thought what better tribute than to solve one of Blobz's Lord of the Rings puzzles. To be clear, I have solved this one before, but it was quite a long time ago, and I don't remember the solve path at all. This occasion also gives me an opportunity to talk about the various shirts that I wear. My dad was an Anglican priest, and he wore black a lot. When he retired, he was done with black and decided to go completely in the opposite direction and wear bright Hawaiian shirts. He even had some that were custom made. When he died, I inherited those shirts, and a few years later I had lost enough weight to be able to wear them. Once I started doing that, I added to the collection both with shirts that were bought, and I also have a few that are custom made as well. I've since put on some of that weight, so I can't wear his shirts at the moment, but I am planning on losing weight again so that I can wear those shirts that I inherited and some of the other ones that I've acquired that are currently too small for me. But when I do wear the Hawaiian shirts that I still can, it's always a way to remind myself of him and his love for this style of shirts. So that's why I wear the shirts in the videos, and I just wanted to share that with you. All right, it is now time to look at the rules. And we start off with a quote from Lord of the Rings. Gandalf fell silent, gazing eastward from the porch to the far peaks of the Misty Mountains, at whose great roots the peril of the wood had so long lain hidden. Okay, normal Sudoku rules apply. So that means we are going to place the digits 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Digits on lines form a non-repeating consecutive sequence in any order. Okay, this mark here is for part of the puzzle hunt that this is actually part of. I will link you to the Logic Masters Germany page as well as to the Sudoku Pad page for this puzzle. There you can find the other puzzles that have been published so far that Blobz has made. So, and thank you, Blobz, for making this. Okay, I am going to reset the puzzle to restart the timer, and let's begin. All right, we can start here. This is a 1 on a renban, so it must be a 1, 2, 3, 4 renban, so we can pencil mark in those. This 9 must have a 7 and an 8 to go with it, so that's a 7-8 pair. So 2 here means that one of those 3 is 2. If that is a 2, then this is a 4-5 pair. If one of these is a 2, I've got a 1, 2, 3, or a 2, 3, 4. So, even better. All right, we've got a 6 here and a 6 here. So 6 must go in one of those 3, but it can't go onto the same renban as the 3. So that's a 6. Now we do have a 2 here. So this is 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4. We definitely have a 2 on there, and that's definitely not a 4 by Sudoku. All right. Where else can we look? 2 here and here means that there's a 2 in one of those, but that can't be a 2 because it's not close enough to 5 to go on the 3-cell renban. So that's one of them. 2's go there. That is not a 2 by Sudoku. Okay. This is either, this renban is either 5, 6, 7, 8 or 6, 7, 8, 9. So these are from 5, 6, 7, and 9. And that's not a 5 or a 6. This is a 1, 2, 3 or a 2, 3, 4. So those are from 1, 3, and 4. And one of those is definitely a 3. Okay. On a 5-cell renban, there must be a 5. How's that helping here? Right. 7, 6, 5, 4. Is one way this could go. Or that's the lowest that it could be, 7, 6, 5, 4. So 8, 7, 6, 5 or 9, 8, 7, 6. So we always have a 6 on this line. Okay. This 2 sees all of the cells on this renban. So it can't have a 2 on it. So it's 5 cells, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or as high as 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How does that help? Right, this 2 has 1, 3, or 4 on it. Definitely has a 3. Right. One of these 2 is a 3. This 3, so we definitely have a 3 in one of those 2. But if it's by Sudoku, but if this is a 3, that's a 1, 4 pair, and this renban breaks. So that's a 3. That's now a 1 or a 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple here. This is just by Sudoku 5, 7, 8, 9. But that can't be a 9, and nor can that, because it's not close enough on the renban. So 876 or 765. So 7 is definitely on there. So that's not a 7 and that's not a 7. Okay. Um, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 1, 3, 4, or 5. And that's not a 1. That's not a 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that can't be a 1. So 1 is in one of those two. Okay, a 6, 5-cell Renban with a 6 on it. Must have a 5. 5, 4, 3, 2. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, but none of them can be a 2. So it has a 7 on it. That can't be a 7. That can't be a 7. That can't be a 7. That's a 7. Nice. So that's not a 7. So one of those two definitely is in that box. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Could be. Oh, that can't be 3. That can't be 3. Okay. So it must have an 8 on it. That can't be an 8. One of those two is an 8. Okay. What have we got going on in these cells? We have 1, 4, 5, and 9. Right, that can't be a 1. That can't be a 9. That's not a 1. By sudoku. Wait. I said that one of these had to be an 8, but that can't be an 8. That has to be an 8. Is that right? If there's no 8, then it's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. But that can't be a 3 because one of those is, and that can't be a 3 because that is, and knock on that. So that's an 8. So those are not 8s. That's a 5, 7 pair. That's a 9. That must be 8. That's not a 9 or a 5. That's a 1-4 pair. Okay. So one of those two is a 5. Is that right? No, not necessarily, because that could be a 5. That can't be a 9. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, or 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So that's 4, 5, or 9. Okay. This 4. It's got 4 digits on it. So can it be 1, 2, 3, 4? So if that were 1, 2, 3, what would that mean? Um, that would be 1 or 2. That would make one of those two a 3. Don't see how that's helping. Okay. Ah, I can remove 4 from there and 4 from there. That has to be a 4. And that's been with me from the beginning. So either 1, 2, 3, 4, or 2, 3, 4, 5. So one of those two is a 3. Ah, this 5 no longer has a 4 on it, so that's a 6, 7 pair. Nice. One of those two is an 8. That 9's looking up, that's a 7. That's not a 7. We still definitely have a 6 on the line, and then either a 9 or a 5. Right, where does this digit go in this box? And it can't go on any of those because they're on the same rim band. It can't go there or there or there by sudoku or just not being that digit. 7, 6, 5, 4. That could go there. Could go there if it's not a 2. Could go there. maybe that wasn't so helpful. Yeah, it could go there if it's a 4. Right, this 4 is looking down. That's not a 4, so one of these two is a 4. Okay. One of those two is a 7. Seven goes in one of those by sudoku. If that's a 7, then that's a 5-6 pair, but neither of them can be a 6. So it is not a 7. So now we don't have a 7 on the line. So if we don't have a 7 on the line, then 6 is the highest digit that can be on the line, so there must be a 3 on the line. So one of those two is a 3. Okay. That could be a 6. If that's a 6, then that's a 5-3 pair. We definitely have a 6 in one of those two. Okay. Ah, that's 7. Makes that a 7. That 4 means that that is not a 4. What am I not seeing? All right, I've got 2 digits in this column that are 3 and 8. Ah, that's nice, because that makes that 1. That makes that 3. Now, did we say that there's definitely a 3 on here? There's not a 7, so 6, 5, 4, 3 is the highest it can go, so that's not a 3, that's not a 3, that's a 3. Okay, it can't be 6, 5, 4, 3 because that would be a 6-5 pair, and neither of those can be a 6. So 2 must be on the line. So one of those is a 2, and it's accompanied by a 1 or a 5. Okay, that 3 removes a 3 from there. So now one of those is a 3. Okay. Why do I have one of those as a 6? That could be a 6. Not sure that's valid. Ah. So, in fact, 9, 8, 7, 6 means that one of those two is a 6. And they actually see both of those cells. So neither of those can be a 6. And now the only place for 6 in the box is there. That's a 6. That's a 5 or a 9. Okay. So that's a 6 by sudoku. One of those two is a 6, and it's not that one. That's a 6. So, do I have to have a 6 on this line? Yes, I do. 5-cell line has to have a 5 on it. With a 5 or a 7, there has to be a 6 on it, and that's now the only place for the 6. Can that be a 4? That would make that 3, that 2, that 4. Yep, that seems perfectly possible to be a 4. But I can place a 6 there, which makes that 7, and that's 6. So we have 2, 4, and 9 left to go in this box. And that one can't be a 4. That's not a 2. That 7 means that that's a 5. That's a 7. That makes that 9. So that's 4. And that's a 2-9 pair. This is a 3. And this is 1, 4, and 5. And that's not a 1. All right. Moving onwards. In this column, we need a 4, 5, and 9. That can't be a 4. That can't be a 9. Okay, if that's 4, then 5 is in one of those two with an 8. If that's 4, that's 5, 8. If that's 5, then that's 8, 9. So those are from 5, 8, and 9, and there's definitely an 8 in one of those two. That means that the 8 in row 1 has to be in one of these two. Okay. Um, 9 in this box goes here. 8 now goes here. So this is from 2, 3, 4, and 5. If that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, that's 5, and that's 2. If that's 3, that's 2, 4. Okay, that can't be a 3 because that leaves no place for 3 on the line. This is from 2, 4, 5, and 8. That can't be a 4. That's this 8 makes this an 8. This 3 makes that 8, and that 3. That removes 8 from there, making that the 8. So if that's 4, that's 9. If that's 5, sorry, if that's 4, that's 5. If that's 5, that's 9. What am I missing? Right, that is from 2, 5, and 9 from the row. Now, I am missing something somewhere. That's for sure. Right, if either of those is a 1, then the other one has to be a 2. No, I'm not. What am I not seeing? Ah, this is mildly infuriating. All right, this digit here sees 2, 3, so it could be 1, 4. Doesn't see a 5. Sees 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's 1, 4, or 5. All right. One of those is definitely a 2. So this is 1, 5, or 9. Right. This is a 5 on here. Either of those is a 5. Then we can't have a 1, so that's a 1. And that's a 9. And that's a 2. And that's a 5. No, not seeing that either. Right, that 8 makes that 7. which makes that 8, which makes that 8. Okay, that's a little bit more progress. All right, that 9, I just can't see it for looking. That's a 5. That's a 4. That's 3. That's 2. That's 4. That's 5. Goodness, there was a given digit that was just not helping at all. 5, 2. So that's not 5, in fact. Yeah, so we've got a 1, 4 pair there. All right. That's 1, 3, and 4. And that's not a 3. So that's a 3. That's a 1 by sudoku. That's a 4. That's a 1. That's a 4. That's a 1. Over here we need 5 and 7, which we can place. Which places a 7 up there. That's not a 5. I still need a 5 on the line. So that's a 5, and now that's a 9. Okay. That's not a 1 or a 4. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's 4 or 5, but not a 4 by the column. That's a 5. That's a 4. That's 9. That's a 1. Makes this 3 and 4. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's the 9 and 5 and 2 in the box makes that 9, 2, 9. This is a 1 and this is a 2. Yep. As we can see, I must have liked that the last time I did it. But yes, as you can probably see, I had no strong recollection of that puzzle. But yes, I really enjoyed that puzzle. And as I say, this video goes out as a tribute to my father. So love you, Dad. Miss you lots. And if you like this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see some more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.